Hey guys, so what you just watched is me using the brand new AI tools that Photoshop has introduced in their new beta version of Photoshop. These tools are wild, and it made me want to create this video because I've seen this floating around in forums and on different social media platforms. And the question that we keep asking ourselves as photographers and creators is AI going to actually kill off photography? Now, if you are new to this channel, my name is Riley Clark, and I am a full-time nature, wildlife, and landscape photographer and filmmaker based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. This channel covers everything from business, learning photography, but mainly the channel covers my time as a nature photographer. And I usually show like in the field videos and create films like that for you guys. So if you like that kind of content, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any future videos I have coming, which I know I've been kind of quiet the last little bit because I just got back from a bunch of trips and I've been a little gassed, to be honest. So I am working on getting more content out. And so you guys will be seeing a lot more stuff from me coming in the future. And I also have a very busy end of the year coming up. So can't wait to share more of that information with you guys. But that's not what we're here for. So let's continue to talk about this AI stuff. Now, the thing is, AI has actually been around in photography for, I would personally argue, the last decade. We've used AI and similar systems to develop our autofocusing systems, to develop tracking, to develop defringing and chromatic aberration correction and all this crazy stuff, right? So it's been a slow trickle into our industry. Now, this is more dramatic in terms of actually generating things that were not there and like doing it as well as it's doing it. It's kind of crazy. And we've actually now seen with just generative prompts from different AI platforms, we've seen them win photography competitions. And honestly, it's been blurring the lines of what is real and what is not real, which if you look back on it, like photography is actually capturing a real moment in time, right? And displaying that to your viewers. Like kind of doesn't make sense that AI is actually able to create these fake worlds and pass it as photography. Since social media has been a thing, that line has already been blurred a long time ago between the realism and versus organic photography. Now, what I don't want to do is create debate or try to sway you in thinking one way is better than the other, because I am personally really don't care. I think there's something more important here for us to learn and talk about if you're going to continue to grow and if you're going to continue to pursue your passion. Maybe if you're a business owner like myself and you're wanting to grow in your creative arts business, these tools I'm going to talk to you about are imperative if you are going to succeed. So before we can talk about how to combat this AI dilemma going on, we really need to understand what AI is actually doing in our industry. AI, the introduction of it, is nothing more than a disruption. Now, if you guys never read the book Disrupt You, I highly recommend that you go read that book. It is really good. So yeah, highly recommend it. I will link that down below for you guys if you haven't read it. So now what a disruption is it's like a crossroads. You either are going to embrace this disruption or you're going to run from the disruption. I don't really want to talk to you guys about running because that's the easy way out. Just run away from it. Pretend it doesn't exist. Just ignore it. That disruption, if you do that, it is going to catch up to you and it is going to squash you. Now, you can embrace it. And what I know that there's some people out there going, well, Riley, I don't want to embrace this AI. That's not what I think photography should be. And embracing doesn't mean absolutely like taking all these tools and incorporating into your workflow tomorrow. That's not what embracing is. Embracing is fully understanding that disruption is here to stay and that you need to make some changes if you're going to continue to succeed with this disruption. So for example, if you get in your car and you walk outside and you're going to go to the store, but you notice you have a flat tire, that flat tire is a disruption. You either are going to embrace that and come up with a solution to fix that tire, whether that's putting the spare on, patching it, or whatever you think you need to do to get your vehicle to that location. Or you're going to have to find a new way of thinking to get to that location because the disruption is not going anywhere. And that's the same way we need to think about this AI stuff. You need to start looking at the pivots that you have to make to ensure that your business can survive or your creative passion can survive. A perfect example is what I'm doing here right now with you guys and what I've been doing the past year or so on this channel. I knew that if I wanted my business to succeed, I was going to have to do something that I'm very uncomfortable with. When I first started doing my photography, I just thought my pretty pictures were going to be enough. And for the little bit there, it was. I was able to gain a following. I was able to make some sales and, get some clients and things like that just because my images were pretty. But when I made the change to understand that people don't really just want to see pretty pictures or buy pretty pictures, that my customers want to buy my pretty pictures, that was mind-blowing for me. So once I started to actually develop relationships with my clients, put myself out in front and filming myself out on location, showing my behind the scenes, my process, my brand started to increase in value, and I started to see a better return. With hindsight, this pivot has absolutely been perfect for me because now that this disruption has come with AI, people really want to see what I'm creating. And that's why they're here. They don't really care about what it is. They just want to see what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So that was a perfect disruption pivot for me. Now it's going to lead us to the next few points I want to talk to you guys about, is that when there's a major disruption like this, if you look at it in terms of math and economics, when the scales are so tilted in one direction drastically like this, there is new areas for you to explore and exploit that are going to be positive for you. So going back to using this example of me getting in front of a camera and doing something I'm uncomfortable with, because AI is out there and it's creating these fake fantasy worlds as much as it is, there's still people who are going to enjoy seeing that, and there's still a market for it, and it's the new hot thing, of course. But what you're going to see is there's going to be an innate attraction to something that's tangible, raw, and organic. And because AI essentially is removing the human element from photography, from writing, from all the other creative arts industries that it's kind of attacking, if you learn to embrace the human side of things, you might find yourself capturing more of a market than you really had the chance to in the future. So disruption is not always a bad thing. There's sometimes a good thing that comes from it, but it's all based on how you react and how you pivot. So what are some practical things that you could do? Well, you could start filming yourself and showing yourself during your process a little bit more. Maybe people enjoy that. Embrace the AI and teach people how to use that to create better art. So you see, there's a lot of different ways that you can turn it and point it back to you. And that's the big thing I really want to drive home, is that you feel like AI is going to take this beautiful thing away from you in terms of photography, and you feel like it's a direct attack on you. And really, at the end of the day, you're the best defense against that. So I encourage you to think about ways that you can pivot, think about ways that you can embrace this disruption going on, think outside of the box and think creatively on how you can combat what is going on. That's my thoughts. If you guys have anything that you want to share, please drop a comment down below. I'm going to read all of them and would love to have some dialogue and some conversation with you guys. I know this was kind of a little bit more of an informal video. So if you have questions about my thoughts on this, if you want to learn more about disruption, again, read that book down below. This is also some of the things I'm teaching you guys, is a lot of marketing thoughts in terms of pivoting and understanding that there has been a change in the market. And so there needs to be changes to how you're approaching things if you're going to want to succeed moving forward. So if you guys want to learn more about that, then also drop a comment down below. I would love to teach that. But that is going to wrap up this video. I'm going to say one more thing. I know I have some Africa content I'm going to share with you guys. You guys are starting to see some of that trickle in on my shorts feed, and you'll probably see a lot more shorts about the Africa stuff well before I make a long form content video. I have an idea that I'm wanting to do to produce that video, and it's going to take a lot of time for me to do it. So, and with all the moving pieces I have going on right now. So, and I'm not willing to sacrifice the quality on that video. So I'm going to take my time on it, and I will release that. I'm not even going to try to say when I'm going to try to release it, because I want to make sure that the vision I have in my head comes to fruition. So it was an amazing trip, and I want to make sure I do it justice with how I share it. So I also have some potential new outdoor travel content coming up. So again, if you're new here, then consider hitting the subscribe button because we should be getting out in the field doing some shooting here soon. And especially a lot more wildlife coming up. Looking forward to that and some night sky photography. So yeah, that is it. This is kind of my first big full video back since being back. Oh, also the last thing is I think we're almost to 900 subscribers, which is crazy. So thank you guys for all those who have subscribed. Can't believe I'm actually almost to that 1,000 number. Just kind of hoping to hit that by the end of the year, and we might hit that, end of June. So I appreciate all of you guys and those who have subscribed from the beginning. Looking forward to seeing where we continue to grow with this channel. So that's going to be it for now, though. I'll catch you guys later.